What's up, everyone? We're back here at the GameCube for another episode of the $5 Game Box, episode number 7. As we start this episode, we have $14.50 in our game funding wallet, but with lots of stuff for sale to try to add funds. And speaking of that, we've got some footage and some good news concerning funding for the $5 Game Box. So let's get to that footage, then we'll be back here in the GameCube and we'll do some game hunting. Alright, episode 7. Here we go. And we have our first sell on eBay for the cased NCAA Football 14. Sold it for $38 with the free shipping. I imagine the shipping is going to be around $3-4. The 10% of 38 is going to be $3.80. Probably going to call this around $30 cash when all is said and done to add to the $5 Game Box funding wallet. And we're still sitting on the disc-only copy, which I did earlier this week. I went and had resurfaced. Remember that big scratch that went all the way around? Can barely see it. Bet you it works now. So maybe we'll get that one up. As far as the other things, the Where's Waldo's had a few looks, but nobody hitting on it. And I've had multiple questions about the PlayStation 1, but so far nobody's jumped in. But there's a good little start, and we'll add a nice little chunk of change for some $5 Game Box game hunting. Alright, until next time. Alright, so check this out. This isn't my listing. This is a disc-only copy of NCAA Football 14. On auction, $29.01 was the winning bid. Okay. Now, that's kind of what I'm thinking a disc-only copy of NCAA Football 14 would go for. I think I wouldn't put it at auction. I'd put it as a buy it now, let's say for $28. And by the way, my estimate was right. We go up here. I found this little website. I'm not completely sure of its accuracy, but it's about right. I put in my set prices that I did a buy it now of $38. Shipping and handling is going to cost about $270, maybe a little bit less, $264 or something, but $270. And up here, okay, eBay fees will be $380. The PayPal fee will be $1.40, so the fees are $520 with the shipping of $270. Net proceeds $30.10, and that's from the case, the one with the case and the inserts and all that. I'm going to net about $30. So this guy, $29, so that's $2.90 for eBay. So that's, let's take $3. Now he's down to about $26. And this eBay, he's down to about 25, or not eBay, it's PayPal, he's down to about $25.50. What he's going to net, $25.50, 26-ish, somewhere around there for disc only. Now check this out. Here's GameStop. Right now, this is their trade value for NCAA 14. And of course, you don't have the box? Not a problem. GameStop offers the same trade price even without the box. Cash, $22. So I can have cash money in my hand tomorrow if I go to GameStop for the disc-only NCAA 14 of $22, assuming they don't knock a $4 refurb fee, even though I've already got the thing resurfaced and the thing looks clean as a whistle. Looks beautiful. So I can have $22 cash in hand tomorrow, or mess around with a disc-only auction and wind up with $25 cash in hand at some point if somebody does a buy it now. Here's why I'm thinking GameStop. Here are the current listings for NCAA 14 up on eBay. Some people are kind of out of their damn minds, like charging $50. This guy is doing, looks like he's got the case. He's got 2 hours left, and he's at $25 with 18 bids. He may wind up around the same price I got. I just sold it for once he's 2 hours up. That might be interesting to watch. Here's a disc only. He's selling for $45.88. He's got people watching. But I don't know what sponsored means. I don't know how much extra he's paying. He's a top-rated seller, which I'm not. But if I was getting $45.88 from that disc, or if I thought I could get $45.88 for the disc, no problem. But I don't think I would. Here's a guy trying to do a factory sealed for $80. Here's a guy trying to do a factory sealed for $175. Here's some more. This auction ends tomorrow morning. He's at $25 with a complete in box. He's trying to sell it for $35 complete in box. I just sold it at $38. So here's another factory seal for $90. Anyway, you get the gist. I'll just run through. I'm not really noticing a lot of disc only. Most of them are complete. Geez, I don't know if this guy's got it new. $130, $150. Buy it now. Some people are shooting for the moon. Here's a non-working. Here's what I would have sold it at before getting it resurfaced. $475 with a day and a half left. Anyway, you get the gist. Let's just go to sold listings here just to check them. Yeah, sold. All right, there's a 2901 we just had. All right, here is a, oh, shoot. What did I just do? Go back. There we go. All right, so what's this? It's pre-owned disc, tested work. He got $35 for it, just disc only, with free ship. So $35, $350. He wound up a little bit less than, $30, $28 for his disc only. Okay, so that just sold. It's kind of all over the place. For the same price, somebody got one with a case. I believe that's the one I sold. I do believe. Yes, I recognize that counter. That's mine. This dude, holy shit. This dude got $60 for his son of a bitch. Did I sell myself short? This guy got $44.99 disc only. So people are kind of getting a little bit lower than I got. People are kind of getting what I got. And people are kind of getting way above what I got. This guy, his auction ended at $26. So, is it better to have $22 cash in hand? Damn, this dude, $49.97. He says he has a manual. I didn't have a manual. I don't think it came with a manual because a lot of these listings, none of them have manuals. $26. Is it better to have $22 in my hand tomorrow, or to try to shoot for an extra $5, maybe $10, selling this disc only? And I'm just looking at the disc only. There's a $29.99, which he's going to wind up with about $22 once it's all said and done. Maybe a little bit more. But this way I don't have to take any pictures of it. I don't have to monitor listings. I don't have to print any labels. I don't have to go down to the post office and buy more postage. I can just not worry about it. Just go out tomorrow. So I think I'm going to do that. Especially considering we're in a place right now with the $5 game box and the wallet. We have $14.50. And, even though we've got the money coming from the other copy, and we know it's coming, until it's safe to take it out of the PayPal and put it into the wallet, we are kind of low on funds. We can't really make a move should a move come up that needs to be made with $14. We could do that with $36, or do it better with $36. So I think, plus we spent $5 on it. It's a nice rate of return. Yes, we can get more doing this, but this is really low effort for almost the same return. a little less, but not so far less that, we're going to be regretting it. It's a difference between $22 and $25, $26, $27. Is a bird in hand better than two in the bush? Is the question. So I think we're heading to GameStop tomorrow just to get some cash in hand and let these people try to figure out where their price of NCAA 14 is. And, oh, by the way, when you're out game hunting and you see NCAA football 14, pick it up and make a little money. Or have a decent football game. Either one. Damn, maybe I did undercharge. Look, $49.65. Oh well, it is what it is. Alright, here we are at the Gallatin Valley Mall, home of one of Bozeman's two GameStops. And I've got with me the disc-only NCAA Football 14. It's really tempting. There's at least 2 disc-only copies up on eBay for like $48. But I just sold my complete one for $38, and after shipping and fees, I'm going to net $30 for the game funding wallet. So I don't think I'm going to get $48 for this. There are, as I showed you, many, many, many listings for this game up, and some are down around 25, some are up in the 40s, close to 50s, brand new ones in the hundreds. $22 cash in pocket as opposed to maybe trying to get $30 for it again. The complete one that I sold was actually up for probably about a week. So the listing, it wasn't like it was such a great, amazing price that somebody jumped right on it. It was up for a little while. So I think because there's so many listings and there's so many that are all over the place, I'd probably list this for $29.99, $30. And after all is said and done, get around $22 cash, which is what GameStop's offering inside of there. So let's just do easy cash in hand. Hopefully get $22 in the Game Fund wallet. Then we'll put the 30 in that we'll get from the eBay sell. And that will add 54, right? 30, 22. That'll add 52 to the 14. We'll actually have more money than we've ever had in our Game Fund wallet. And we still have some stuff listed on eBay that we hope sells. That Where's Waldo, the PS1, and the Spyro's Ripto's Rage. Hopefully those things sell. But anyway, let's go into GameStop. Boom. There it is. Easy peasy. $22. Just to prove it, let me, there it is. NCAA Football 2014, $22 cash. Bam. Low risk, decent reward. Yeah, I could have put it up on eBay. I could have shot for the moon like a few other sellers are doing it. Try to get $45 to $50 for it. I don't think that's happening, considering it took so long for me to sell the complete one for the $38. And there's a lot of listings up there. Why anybody would choose a disc-only copy for like $45 when people are listing complete ones down around 30 to 35 like I was, I don't know. So yeah, eBay might be worth it for other games where GameStop would give, just a couple bucks, and eBay they're going for 20. NCAA Football 14 as of right now, pretty good deal to get it 22, especially when we found the game for 5. So that's going into there, our Game Fund wallet. We have $14.50. That gives us $36.50, with $30 pending once I ship out the other copy of NCAA Football 14, which sold last night on eBay. So in the end, we're going to have $66, which will be a new little record so far in our Game Fund wallet once we add the 30. and will put us in really good shape for some game hunting up until the start of garage sale season here in a couple months. And we still have other stuff for sale. Cool. All right. I don't know where we're going next. Game hunting footage, another eBay sold listing. We'll find out. I'm just as curious as you are. Of course, I'm going to have to wait real lifetime. You're just going to get it right about now. How about that, huh? How about that? Those NCAA footballs were a great buy. And to find them both at one pawn shop that I never checked for $5 a pop, selling the complete one on eBay for $38, which when all said and done after fees and what I spent shipping it out, we're going to net approximately $25, $30 in our pocket minus the $5. So it's actually a little bit more than $30. It's like $30 and like 15 cents or something. We'll go ahead and ignore that 15 cents. Just call it $30. And then GameStop, $22 for disc only. I may have been able to get more on eBay or wherever, but I mean, I think that's a great price. They gave me the full value. Maybe I could have held off a little bit because they periodically do these promos where they give cash and credit the same, and the credit they give for that game is $27.50. It'd been nice to get an extra $5.50, but $22 for a $5 spent is pretty good. Just a heads up, even though we sold them both, my PayPal funds are still held, and they're actually going to be held for a couple days. So technically right now, I've got the $22 that GameStop gave me, plus the $14. So we're at $36.50 right now. And the $30, don't count your chickens before they hatch. We'll go ahead and add that to the wallet. Once PayPal releases the funds, I'll withdraw them and put them in the $5 game box funding wallet. So we're game hunting today on the $36.50. It occurred to me during the week and as I was selling those NCAA footballs that many of you who watch these $5 game box episodes are not American. I seem to be big overseas, in the UK, in Australia, and other places. So I thought maybe kind of a learner's guide to NCAA football games may be wise, and why I got so much money for those two games. Here in America, as you may know, football is very big, and college football is very, very big. Our universities aren't just for learning and graduating and being able to get degrees and better jobs. No, our universities are for school spirit and playing football and watching our fellow students get out there and hit somebody. Anyway, NCAA football was a yearly franchise, much like Madden or hockey games or FIFA. But what happened was there was a player named Ed O'Bannon. He played college basketball for UCLA, and he sued EA, the NCAA, and he may have sued some other makers of college basketball games for using his likeness. Because college sports, the athletes are amateurs, and therefore they cannot get paid at all for use of their likeness, for selling jerseys with their names on them, for playing the sport that they're going to college to play, for anything. You can't even treat an NCAA athlete to lunch at McDonald's. Like, hey man, I'll buy your Big Mac. You can't do it. That's considered a gift. And the NCAA can declare them ineligible for doing something like that. So he sued because here was a game that had his likeness. And it really is true. In these NCAA games, they use real players. They use their attributes, They use their likeness. They use their jersey numbers, their abilities. They're accurate in like facial scans and height and weight and ability. They just can't use their name. So they'll put quarterback number 18 when everybody knows quarterback 18 is the quarterback for whatever that university, the actual quarterback for that university wears number 18. It really was kind of shady. And I believe the games had the ability to edit rosters anyway, so people could go in and assign the real names to those players anyway. And Ed O'Bannon sued, and he won. And it got to a point where they said, hey, NCAA and EA and all these companies that are doing this, you're going to have to compensate the players for using their likeness in these games. Well, that can't be right because they're amateurs, they're student athletes. So they can't make the games anymore because it's too expensive now, because that's a lot of colleges. A lot of colleges and universities that would have to pay players for their likeness. I mean, you look at NCAA football games, we're talking about, my gosh, I don't know how many universities. I mean, even the university here in my small town, Bozeman, Montana, was represented in those games. You could play Montana State University. And sure enough, when you played, the quarterback was the quarterback for the actual university. They had him right. They had his abilities, if he was left right-handed, what his height was, what his weight was. It was really, I mean, they were accurate for small town Montana University. Anyway, so they basically lost the license. NCAA decided they couldn't issue these licenses anymore because it cost too much and it would make their athletes no longer amateur. So NCAA Football 14 is the very last NCAA football game as of now. And considering the semantics of doing these after the lawsuit and after the judgment, it may be the last ever. So that is why it still goes for such a premium price on eBay, why GameStop will still give $22 for a now almost 3-year-old sports game, because it's the last one. And college football is that popular here in America that people want to play a college football video game, and now there are no more. So the market is there for the last one. So hey, if you're in the States and you see NCAA College Football 14 and you just summarily dismiss it because all fucking sports games, don't. And you should be educated if you're out here game hunting like this to know there are certain sports games that do carry a nice value, that do hold a value. Most of them are junk. Most of them are penny titles. Not NCAA College Football 14. So that's why I was able to make some money, and I'm glad that pawn shop was slipping and was selling them for only $5 a pop. All right. So that's a long-winded, short version of why NCAA College Football 14, 2 copies of that game, fetched me total $52 in the game funding wallet. I'm turning down here. I'm going to my favorite place in the world. I'm going to Costco. I'm going to get some gas, even though it says here I have a quarter tank. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it says I only have 195 miles, so I'll keep it. I tend to keep my tank filled up in Montana in the winters when it's cold, just in case. So we'll top off. And there's a place I want to hit that I learned about this week that I've never been to. That'd be nice to go ahead and tap that keg, if you know what I mean, to see if they have anything. And then we'll do game hunting at some of the usual spots and hopefully put some great games in the game box. Because while it's fun to find NCAA College Football 14 for $5 and sell it for net gains of $52. What's really fun, and what we have not done in a couple episodes, is put some really good games into that game box. And that is mission number 1, to build this curated collection of video games first and foremost. All right, I'm almost at Costco. I'll shut off the camera until we get to our first destination. I will see you there. All right, what we have here at our first stop, over here is an antique store, but they advertise 10 to 5, like Monday through Saturday, like garage sale, like somewhere in that building. So we're going to try that. We've never done that before. We're going to try that. Over here, you're not going to be able to see it, is a thrift store called Saks that I never, ever, ever go into because there's never anything there. And if they do happen to have a game like Madden, whatever, it's $6. But since we're parked, I'll go check it out. I really wish I could support them more because they donate their money to a local women's shelter to help them out, get out of abusive relationships, and get the kids out too. If I could, I'd buy more at that thrift store, but they never have anything I want. And then a block away, since we're parked, we might as well hit it, is a pawn store. We'll poke our head in there and see if anything is there. Cross fingers, 1 spot, 1 stop, 3 spots. Let's get something. This is the kind of store that keeps going and going and going. I was about just to go up and ask if they have any video games. But I mean, they got PS4 Skylander stuff. So they would carry older stuff that they're carrying. It's basically an antique store. Look, I mean, this got stuff. All sorts of stuff. Check out this. I think I knew someone who had that. You carry your figures around. I'll check this out. What are these mugs? $15. Those are Skylanders. So I'm gonna keep searching. If they'll put some Skylanders up, I'm gonna put some real games up. Not that Skylanders isn't a real game, but it's not what I'm looking for. I hope so. That one was a bust game-wise, but it was a hell of a store. Right there. And might be worth checking into on occasion. You know, popping my head in and asking. Because they sometimes may come across something like that. But, alright. We're going to go on to, there's actually another antique store here, right next to the thrift store. I'm going to poke my head in there real quick and just ask. Then we'll go on to the thrift store. $6 a game. I'm going to have to find something really worth it to pay $6 a game. Not Minecraft. $6 for Minecraft 360 edition? That's a kiss my ass moment if there ever was one. Like I said, that's a thrift store I would like to support, but I'm not going to overpay in order to support them. That antique store was locked There were a couple pugs at the door waiting for me to come in and play, but I couldn't. So I'll pop my head in this pawn shop here and see if they have anything. See? They're the pugs waiting for me to come in and say hi, but I can't. Oh wait, that one's fake. It's only one. Wow, I thought there were two. It's just the one. He wants to come out so bad. Oh well. So, 1 stop, 3 spots, nada. Is it worth it for me to put these videos up if all I'm doing is showing the grind? If I'm not picking up anything? You still have other spots to go, but I mean, honestly, this most definitely could be a nothing day. Would you still want to see that? I don't know. Test my editing skills. But for now, on to the next one, which is just down the street. I think we'll stop at the pawn shop. Still advertising 40% off video games on his Craigslist ad. Let's see if he's put any new product on the shelf that is worth putting in the $5 game box. We're getting skunked today. We got skunked at the pawn shop. We just got skunked inside this thrift store. I just dropped my phone against myself. There's a few more stops, but overall, it's not looking too good. However, as I know, as you probably know, all it takes is one. All it takes is one to make the entire day worth it. The last video, it wasn't until the final stop that we got a score. If it wasn't for that final stop, the last video would have been a Where's Waldo and a box of manuals. That's all it would have been. So, here's a lesson. When you're grinding, you keep grinding. You don't go, oh, fuck it, this is the bus, let's just go home. Because all it takes is one. The next stop could have all that we've been dreaming of. Amazing games to put in the game box. Amazing games to flip, to put more money in the game box wallet. It just takes one hit. So let's keep swinging. On to the Belgrade, Montana Goodwill. That's new, but come on. $7 or $8 game. They probably want $3 for it. Sucks. What do? You just keep going. If I can find that AV cable. Let me turn this camera off and look. Well, here I go again, trying to make deals to flip PS1s. Maybe I'll learn. I'm gonna go over here and park real quick. All right. This one may be easier to flip than the PlayStation 1 I've got on eBay right now, because I think the local retro shop may give a little money on this. There's a bag of Goodwill. No gains, but this is flippity doodah territory. It's the PS1. The Slim, $4.99. It has the power cables, but no AV. But it's a standard. I think I've got at least 2, maybe 3 extra PlayStation. It also fits the PS2. So there that is, $4.99. And I bought not one. Well, let me get them out. Not one. Not 2. But 3. 3 PlayStation 1 controllers. As you can see, they had them priced $4.99 each. I went up there and I talked to manager. I said, listen, I mean, you got your controllers priced separately. This doesn't have an AV cable. And focus. Can you focus? $15. $15 for the PS1 and 3 controllers. I think I'm going to be able to flip that. Maybe not like for a whole heck of a lot more, but more. And there's always a chance there's a game inside. We'll have to go back to the house and check. So let's see if we can do that this afternoon. I actually have somewhere to be at 6. It's 3:30, but I've got things to do before that. So I had 2 more places to hit. We'll hit them really quick. Then we'll go back to the home. We'll check. We'll get the tape off all this junk because it's all taped up. And then maybe go hit the retro shop. But I can't stay there long and see if he will buy it. Or I can go there tomorrow. But I'll be watching playoff football tomorrow. We'll see. But this is for flipping purposes. So let's go try to flip it. But anyway, right now, on to the next thrift store. Back to this one. In case you haven't noticed, we're kind of going reverse order than my usual loop. I'm doing the counterclockwise loop today. So this is the last stop. It's usually my first stop. Those are my keys. And let's go in. I hope there's something there. Where are the systems going for all these controllers? Where are the games going for all these controllers? All right. The winner right there. Interesting. Check if that's worth flipping. Let me turn off my phone. In its condition, it's not worth flipping. In its condition, I really don't want to keep it in the curated collection of video games. But for a price of only 50 cents, just to get those damn quarters out of my wallet, it's worth it. So we were down to $21.50, and now we're down to 21. And this game seems kind of cool, and at least it has a case. So we're gonna add a game to the game box. It's one of those. It's remix versions of old Namco games, but it's got some classic games on there as well. So selling it won't be worth it, but keeping it, I think, will be. It's in really good condition, save for the fact it's in this blank case. So 50 cents, can't beat that. Gonna head home now, and we'll either this afternoon when I get home, or maybe tomorrow, unwrap that PlayStation 1. But that will be what's next here on this episode of the $5 Game Box. Thank you for the 50-cent game thrift store. There's the $5 Game Box with my TV antenna on top of it. But there's Mario and the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Xbox 360 games with the 13 N64 games. I need you, Mario. Come on over. Woo! And there goes my antenna. I'm going to need that for football tomorrow. Here is Spyro and the PlayStation that we're trying to sell. So still technically part of the $5 game box. Hi! So, let's just find my scissors. And off we go. Alright, so we're adding this to the $5 game box. Namco Museum Remix. I forgot its value. It's not much, loose disc. $4 or $5. It'll be over here somewhere, I'm sure. But what happened was, I was sitting there, I'm like, well, it has no resale value, and I don't like the condition because of the case. So maybe I'll just buy it to have in my personal collection. But then when I got to the register and she said 50 cents, I'm hey, it's not horrible condition, especially the inside. Manual and disc is in perfect condition as well. 50 cents. You can't go wrong, especially with the games that are included. These remixed of classic games, Namco games. And there's some classic Namco, Pac-Man, Xavius, Mappy. There's other ones on there as well. Pac-Mania, I believe. So it's a good little game to have in the game box. Alright, let's untape all these. These aren't going for a whole lot on eBay unless they have the LCD screen, which I don't think mine has. The LCD screen does kind of blend, but no, there's no LCD screen on this one. I got caught slipping on an LCD screen once. I was at a garage sale, and he brings out a PS1 Slim like this with an LCD screen, and he didn't want much for it, like $10, and I just passed on it like a nincompoop before I knew what they were worth. Alright, controller number 1. PS1 controller. Good condition. Tape didn't leave it sticky. Awesome. I'm sure price charting has values on controllers, so I'll put that up, but I mean, one controller he's going to put as part of the hardware when I try to go in there and sell it, which is not going to be tonight. It might not be tomorrow. It may be a couple of days from now after work one night when I'll do that. So that will be the parting shot of this episode of the $5 Game Box, is me in the GameCube, hopefully with some money from this. You know, we paid $15 for the 3 controllers and the system. Hopefully at least $15 back. I mean, that would suck. That'd be even. I'm hoping for at least double. I wouldn't mind getting $30. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But even 20 or 25 is, you know, good. And if he does less than 15, I guess I'll just return it to Goodwill, although I don't think they'll give credit, or they'll give cash back. They may give credit. I may have to talk them into cash back. I don't know. Anyway, this one's got a little residue on the controller cord here. And now it's all over my finger. You see I've changed since we were in the car. I went ahead and got ready for my shindig tonight. It is a work get-together. We don't do a holiday party at my job. We do it in mid-January. So I'm going to technically our holiday party. By the way, I wanted to mention that most everyone at my job knows that what my hobby is, what I like to do. And that's part of networking. Don't be ashamed of it. You know, we're outside the office and we're trying to get to know one another. What do you like to do? Well, I collect old video games. Because you never know when you have that coworker and like, I've got a box of Super Nintendo games I've been sitting on. Been in my closet for 20 years. I mean, unless your hobby is, oh, I like to whack it to vintage 90s porn, then maybe you want to keep that to yourself. Oh, really? Well, I've got the complete Pamela, what's her name? What's that woman's name? Jenna Jameson. I've got the complete Jenna Jameson in my closet back home. Would you be interested? Why, yes, I would. That's another channel. I'll let you guys find that. Check this out. I got the complete Tara Patrick collection for only $5, man. I caught him slipping. It's signed by Ron Jeremy. Can you believe it? All the controllers are in really good shape. That's sweet. Now for the main event. Like I said, I do have a cable, AV cable for this. I am going to keep the receipt in that bag just in case. He's like, oh, I'll give you $5 for it. Like, oh, never mind, I'll keep it. Alright. There's the power hookups. There's our PlayStation 1. It's like Christmas. Oh. Not good. Where in the hell does that go? Where in the hell does that go? Oh, you have got to be fucking joking me. I don't know where that... Where does that go? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Does that... I don't know if it goes to the part where it holds the CD in. Yeah. It cannot hold the CD because that busted off. That's where it goes, right there, and it's fucked. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. So much for making money on this. That doesn't close. Nope. Guess it's going back to Goodwill. It is going. Right. Now that's... Yep. Well, episode 7 of $5 Game Box. They can't all be winners. So disappointing. I'm taking it all back. And I'm not... Let's see. Returned with original seat and price tag attached may be within 7 days of purchase for exchanges only. What about completely broken? I guess we're going to be having a talk with the Belgrade Goodwill tomorrow morning. Because there's nothing to exchange. There's no other PlayStation 1 on their shelf. Yeah, so we're going to get our money back. And, or something, or we're going to die trying. Hopefully this isn't the first time we're getting ripped off of the $5 Game Box. Yay. Like and subscribe if you wish. Maybe I'll film after I go back to Goodwill tomorrow to see if we at least get our money back. I mean, the original price stickers were on tape. I don't know what to do. Yeah, we'll do the resolution at the end of the show from the GameCube tomorrow. I'm going to get my ass up and before football, go back to that Goodwill and return this stuff. So hopefully we'll at least get our $15 back in. Hopefully we won't have to take $15 credit. Hopefully we're not just completely fucking screwed. I'll see you tomorrow, or whenever I turn the camera back on. Fuck. Fuck you.